Shout out to all of my old co-workers that used to work, that still work here, and shout out to the ones that don't work here no more. What's going on? Yes. So if y'all really want to know why I ran up out that building today, it's a lot of things that led up to that. It wasn't a one thing. It wasn't. So I was hired. I came to Mcnair back in 2015. And at the time, I was pursuing other things. My goal was just to come there for like 2 or 3 years, and I was gonna get up out of there. But I wound up staying longer than what I should have. And one of the reasons why I stayed longer than what I should have was because I got into a toxic relationship and I fell away from God. That's why I stayed. That's why I got stuck. But before the toxic relationship, God showed me something in a dream. There's something that lives within the walls at the school. And it has nothing to do with none of the bull crap that we want to believe in. See, we want to think that it's something mundane, something secular, these symptoms. But the root cause is Satan himself. So one night I had a dream that I was in this building, and this is what I saw that lived in the walls. I had this dream back in like 2017, and I talked about it on my YouTube channel. There's something that live in the walls at the school. And I had prayed about it like for a long time, like, God, why is that there? Blah, 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 blah. And he went a long time and did not answer me. And I'm like, well, let me keep asking. Basically he said that, Mcnair is home. It has permission to be there. I used to say all these prayers to try to close it. It can't be closed, right? The people would have to turn to Jesus Christ in order for this to be closed, because the more negative you are, the more it feeds it, the more it lives there, and it's going to try to find a way of destroying you. Now, it will bring out the worst in you, because that's how it feeds. It's like the thing be feeding off of negative energy. So it doesn't matter what principle you get. I mean, well, it does, but it doesn't. You know what I mean? It doesn't matter if you put the doors on the bathrooms. You don't put the doors on. Trust me when I tell you that it's not a mundane reason as to why things happen at the school. It is strictly spiritual as to why things happen at the school. So the bad rumors between staff, the children fighting all the time, roaches everywhere, you know what I mean? Like they be having like roaches, stuff like that. It is a spiritual problem. As time went on, myself, I fell away from Christ. I stopped going to church. I stopped praying. I stopped it, and I fell into witchcraft, and I fell into tarot, in a bad toxic relationship that drug me down 6 or 7 years. Now, I'm one of them people that I'm not going to sit here and just point the fingers at that person. I'm going to be pointing the fingers at myself and hold myself accountable for that entire situation. Because if I just would have stuck with God, none of that would have happened. But I didn't. Anyway, let's see. Yeah, this thing was open. But the things that I've done at the time messed me up spiritually as to why I couldn't get blessed and why I left. And God told me straight up, God said, if you don't turn back to me, and he had warned me of this since 2019. He's like, somebody's gonna accuse you of doing something A kid gonna accuse you of something. God kept telling me that. I ain't lying. I never told nobody this. I'm telling y'all this because it is the power of Christ that he gives me the power to be transparent. And there are people that are still at Mcnair that are still, maybe caught up in a bunch of rumors and a bunch of gossip and a bunch of negativity at the school. And what I'm trying to tell you is that demonic shit, excuse my language, still lives there. And the only way you can defeat it is you got to know Christ within yourself. Once you know Christ, once you bring Christ into the classroom, the energy of the kids will change. I'm not saying come in and preaching religion. That ain't what I said. I'm not saying tell the kids they need to repent. That ain't your job. You praying for yourself. Not judging the kids and judging their parents. But I did hear God also say, if you want peace, you can walk up out of here. And that's why I left. That's one of the reasons why I left. But falling away from God, there were a lot of things that I was doing beside the tarot cards. I'm gonna give you the main reason. One of the main reasons why I ran up out of there is because I started lusting after somebody and I had to go. I'm not gonna say who it is, but it was wrong. I knew in the back of my mind that it was wrong, and I'm like, I have to go. Now I couldn't tell him that, and I'm to this day I'm not gonna say it. But I had to run. I had to run because I was lusting after that person, and I'm like, no, we work together. You're married. This is wrong, and I ran. I was gonna run anyway, guys. I was gonna quit at the end of the year, besides the stress in the department, just being stuck in that room all the time, and just having like a lot of stress like put on me and stuff like that, and really not having Christ, and then not having God, and then rejecting God. Anything that Satan does, you're gonna feel it. It's gonna affect you. But yeah. That's why I left. If you want to know why I walked out, that's why I walked out. Because of this portal. And now for the people that don't believe in the portal, I just pray that maybe like God will get y'all to understand that demonic spiritual energy is real. Just like angelic spiritual energy. Listen to me. There were times that I could be in that hall and I could feel something watching me when nobody was there. So don't sit up here and tell me that this isn't real. I promise you. I promise you the thing live in the walls at the school. So if you walk in the hall and look, if you come across this video and you work in Mcnair and all of a sudden you get mad for no reason, or people come up to you and they just pull you into that gossip, or you always concentrating on all the negative things there, it is because there is something demonic that lives there. And I can freely say this without repercussion because I don't work there no more. I don't work there no more. So I can say it. Give the Syria, y'all. Peace.